Welcome to today's video, where we're taking a deep dive into the automotive graveyard to uncover the 20 worst pickup trucks ever produced in the United States. While pickup trucks are often celebrated for their rugged durability, impressive towing capabilities, and versatile design, the trucks on our list today have failed to deliver, whether due to design flaws, reliability issues, or simply poor execution. From trucks with weird designs to reputable brands that stumbled with a particular model, we'll explore what went wrong with these trucks and why they've earned their place in the annals of automotive history as some of the worst ever made. Join us as we embark on this journey to discover some of the worst American trucks in U.S. history. Number 1. Chevrolet SSR, 2003 to 2006. Number 1 on this list is the Chevrolet SSR, or Super Sport Roadster, which was a unique and ultimately unsuccessful experiment by General Motors that was produced from 2003 to 2006. This vehicle was an attempt to combine the utility of a pickup truck with the style of a retro-inspired roadster. However, it resulted in a niche product that struggled to find its audience. The SSR's design was based on the design of Chevrolet's late 1940s advanced design trucks, which featured massive fenders and a rounded hood. It came with a retractable hardtop, making it a convertible pickup. This was very rare in the market at this point in time. However, this unconventional design was both its most distinctive feature and its biggest drawback. But what makes this truck a failure? The first is that it struggled to cut out an identity for itself. It didn't succeed either as a sports car or a pickup truck. Its bed was too small for serious hauling, and its performance was initially underwhelming for a sports vehicle. It was launched when gas prices were rising with a fuel-hungry V8 engine, which made it hard to convince the market to part with their money for it. Add to this the starting price tag of around $42,000, and you can easily see that it was expensive for a pickup and pricey for a niche vehicle. Although General Motors attempted to boost sales with more powerful engines and minor tweaks, the SSR never gained traction in the market. GM sold only about 24,000 units over its 4-year run, which was far below initial projections. Number 2. Ford Explorer Sport Track, 2001 to 2005. Another vehicle that sought to blur the line between SUV and pickup truck was the Ford Explorer Sport Track, produced from 2001 to 2010. Despite its innovative concept, it ultimately failed to capture a significant market share and was discontinued. The Sport Track was essentially a Ford Explorer SUV with a small truck bed attached. The goal was to combine the comfort and passenger capacity of an SUV with the practicality of a pickup truck. However, this compromise left it struggling to excel in either category. One of the main issues was its size. The truck bed was only about 4 feet long, which limited its use for serious hauling tasks. This made it less appealing to traditional pickup truck buyers who needed more cargo capacity. At the same time, it was larger and less fuel efficient than a standard SUV, turning off potential SUV customers. The Sport Track also suffered from reliability issues, particularly in its earlier models. Problems with the transmission and rear suspension were common complaints, which dealt significant blows to its reputation and resale value. Timing also played a role in the Sport Track's demise. It hit the market just as gas prices were rising, making its poor fuel economy, around 15 miles per gallon in the city and 20 miles per gallon on the highway for most models, a significant drawback. Ford's own lineup may have also contributed to the Sport Track's failure, as the regular Ford Explorer was more practical for most SUV buyers, while the Ford F-150 pickup offered much more capability for truck enthusiasts. As such, the Sport Track found itself in an awkward middle ground, struggling to justify its existence, leading to a slow but sure demise. Number 3. Dodge Ram Daytona, 2005. The Dodge Ram Daytona was a limited edition performance pickup truck that was produced for the 2005 model year. It was an attempt by Dodge to blend the practicality of a pickup truck with the aesthetics and performance of a sports car, particularly drawing inspiration from Dodge's NASCAR racing heritage. The Ram Daytona was based on the standard Ram 1500, but featured several distinctive elements. It came with a unique front fascia, a hood scoop, and a tall rear wing reminiscent of the iconic 1969 Dodge Charger Daytona. Under the hood, the Ram Daytona packed a 5.7-liter Hemi V8 engine, producing 345 horsepower. It also featured a performance-tuned suspension and 20-inch chrome wheels. However, despite its bold styling and powerful engine, the Ram Daytona failed to capture widespread market appeal for several reasons. One of these was its very innovative design. The design, while special and unique, was very impractical, as it came with a large rear wing that made it difficult to access the truck bed. Also, the performance modifications that it came with compromised some of the truck's practicality as a work vehicle, which prevented many truck lovers from going for it. It also came at a prior price tag than the standard Ram models, which found many hard to justify. While the combination of a pickup truck with race car styling elements might seem exciting and innovative, the market for this niche vehicle was actually smaller than imagined. This made it hard to sell as much as they would have wanted. There were also concerns with how fuel efficient the Daytona was, especially since this was in the mid-2000s and you could have better options like the Ford F-150 Lightning. Therefore, the Ram Daytona's failure wasn't due to poor build quality or performance issues, but rather its struggle to find a place in the market. It was too impractical for traditional truck buyers and too truck-like for sports car enthusiasts. As a result, it was produced for only 1 year, making it a rare and somewhat quirky footnote in pickup truck history. Number 4. Chevrolet Avalanche, 2002 to 2013. The Chevrolet Avalanche, introduced in 2001 and discontinued in 2013, was another bizarre experiment in truck design that ultimately failed to capture a lasting market share. This vehicle attempted to blend the comfort and passenger capacity of an SUV with the practicality of a pickup truck, resulting in a polarizing design that some loved and others ridiculed. The Avalanche's most distinctive feature was its convert-a-cab system, which allowed the rear seats and cabin wall to be removed, extending the truck bed from about 5 to 8 feet. While innovative, this feature added complexity and weight to the vehicle, impacting fuel economy and overall performance. Design-wise, the Avalanche was criticized for its bulky plastic body cladding, especially in its first generation, which gave it a clunky, almost cartoonish appearance. This design didn't age well and became a point of mockery among truck enthusiasts. Mechanically, the Avalanche also suffered from issues common to GM trucks of its era, including transmission problems, gauge cluster failures, and excessive oil consumption in some engines. These reliability concerns would end up damaging its reputation over time. The Avalanche also struggled with identity. It was neither a full-fledged truck nor a true SUV, which made it difficult to market effectively. Truck purists often dismissed it as being not a real pickup, while SUV buyers found more appealing options in traditional models. Fuel efficiency was another pain point. With its heavy frame and large engines, the Avalanche was a gas guzzler at a time when fuel prices were climbing and environmental concerns were growing. While it maintained a loyal fan base throughout its production run, declining sales ultimately led to its discontinuation in 2013. Number 5. Lincoln Blackwood, 2002. The Lincoln Blackwood was a short-lived luxury pickup produced by Ford's Lincoln division made for the 2002 model year. The Blackwood was based on the Ford F-150 Super Crew, but Lincoln made several distinctive changes. Most notably, the truck bed was lined with plush carpeting and trimmed in stainless steel and African wedgewood, giving it a luxurious appearance. However, this design choice severely limited its practicality as a work vehicle. The bed was covered with a power-operated tonneau cover, which looked sleek but further reduced its practicality. It couldn't be removed, making it impossible to haul larger objects. The truck was also only available with rear-wheel drive, limiting its appeal in regions with harsh winters or for those needing off-road capability. Mechanically, the Blackwood featured a 5.4-liter V8 engine producing 300 horsepower, paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission. While powerful, it wasn't particularly fuel efficient, which was a concern even in an era of relatively low gas prices. As a luxury vehicle, the interior was lavishly appointed with leather seats, wood trim, and high-end features like a navigation system and a premium sound system. However, this luxury came at a steep price, as the Blackwood had a base price of around $52,000 in 2002, equivalent to about $85,000 in 2024 money. While Lincoln had planned to sell 10,000 Blackwoods per year, they managed to move only 3,356 units in total before discontinuing the model after just 1 year. The combination of high price, limited utility, and a market not yet ready for ultra-luxury pickups doomed the Blackwood to failure. In retrospect, the Blackwood was perhaps ahead of its time. Today, luxury pickup trucks are a significant market segment, but in 2002, buyers weren't prepared to sacrifice functionality for luxury in a pickup. Number 6. Dodge Dakota, 1987 to 2011. The Dodge Dakota was a mid-size pickup truck produced from 1987 to 2011 and was born from Chrysler's attempt to bridge the gap between compact and full-size trucks. While it had some innovative features and initial success, it ultimately failed to maintain its market position for several reasons. Initially, the Dakota offered a unique proposition: more capability than compact trucks, but better fuel economy and maneuverability than full-size models. It was the first mid-size truck to offer an optional V8 engine, which appealed to consumers who wanted more power. The truck also featured a comfortable ride and decent handling for its class. However, as the years went on, the Dakota's shortcomings became more apparent. Its fuel economy, while better than full-size trucks, wasn't significantly superior to justify its smaller size for many buyers. As full-size trucks became more efficient and refined, the Dakota's market share began to shrink. Quality issues also plagued later models, with reports of transmission failures, electrical problems, and rust issues becoming more common. This damaged the Dakota's reputation for reliability, a crucial factor in the truck market. The Dakota also suffered from identity confusion. It wasn't as capable as full-size trucks for heavy-duty work, yet it was often priced similarly to them. At the same time, it was too large and fuel inefficient to compete effectively with compact trucks for urban and light-duty users. As though all of these were not enough, Chrysler's financial troubles in the late 2000s would lead to reduced investment in the Dakota, resulting in outdated designs and features compared to competitors. The lack of a regular cab option in later years also alienated traditional truck buyers looking for a work vehicle. By the time production ended in 2011, the Dakota had fallen behind in technology, fuel efficiency, and overall value proposition. Its sales had declined significantly, and Chrysler decided to discontinue the model rather than invest in a costly redesign. While it had its strengths, the Dakota ultimately couldn't carve out a sustainable niche between compact and full-size trucks, leading to its demise after nearly 25 years of production. Number 7. Honda Ridgeline, first generation, 2006 to 2014. The first-generation Honda Ridgeline, produced from 2006 to 2014, was Honda's initial foray into the American pickup truck market. While innovative in some ways, it ultimately failed to capture a significant market share and is often considered one of the less successful pickup trucks in U.S. history. The Ridgeline's unique unibody construction set it apart from traditional body-on-frame trucks. This design choice gave it a car-like handling and a smoother ride, but also limited its capabilities as a true workhorse. For example, it came with a maximum towing capacity of 5,000 pounds and a payload capacity of about 1,500 pounds, falling short of what many truck buyers expected. Its design style was another point of contention. The Ridgeline's unconventional looks, with high bedsides and a sloping rear pillar, caused divergent opinions. Many traditional truck buyers found it unappealing, lacking the rugged aesthetic they associated with pickups. The Ridgeline's bed, while innovative with its built-in trunk and dual-action tailgate, was relatively small and couldn't accommodate standard 4x8 sheets of plywood, which was a common benchmark for pickup practicality. This limitation further alienated potential buyers who needed a truck for work or serious hauling. Performance-wise, the Ridgeline's V6 engine was adequate but not impressive, especially given its poor fuel economy. This meant it struggled to compete with more efficient 4-cylinder options and more powerful V8s offered by competitors. Moreover, the Ridgeline's pricing put it in direct competition with more established, traditional pickups that offered greater capability and brand loyalty, and Honda's reputation for reliability wasn't enough to overcome the perceived shortcomings in a market where tradition and capability reigned supreme. Number 8. Hummer H2 SUT, 2005 to 2009. The Hummer H2 SUT, or sport utility truck, produced from 2005 to 2009, was a weird blend of a luxury SUV and a pickup truck. It featured the bold, militaristic design of the Hummer brand, but added a small, awkward truck bed. At a glance, it looked imposing, but its actual practicality was lacking. One of the primary reasons the H2 SUT failed was its tiny bed, which made it almost useless as a proper pickup truck. While traditional trucks offered substantial cargo space, the H2 SUT's bed was small and impractical for carrying larger loads. This design made it an oddity in the pickup market, alienating buyers who needed real functionality from their trucks. Another significant downfall was its terrible fuel economy. At a time when gas prices were climbing, the H2 SUT's massive V8 engine weighing over 6,000 pounds was swallowing gas at an abysmal rate of around 10 to 13 miles per gallon. This made it extremely expensive to own and operate, especially for a truck that wasn't delivering much utility. Additionally, the H2 SUT was expensive, with a luxury price tag that reached nearly $60,000. For that price, buyers expected both performance and comfort, but the truck fell short in terms of handling and practicality. The high cost combined with its mediocre ride quality and limited functionality made it unappealing to both luxury buyers and truck enthusiasts. Ultimately, the Hummer H2 SUT was a vehicle that didn't know what it wanted to be, and it was quickly overshadowed by more practical, fuel-efficient, and versatile pickups. Its failure was inevitable, and it became a symbol of automotive excess and poor timing in the marketplace. Number 9. Cadillac Escalade EXT, 2002 to 2013. The Cadillac Escalade EXT, introduced in 2002, is often cited as one of the worst pickup trucks in U.S. history. Combining Cadillac's luxury with a truck bed, the EXT sought to appeal to both luxury SUV buyers and truck enthusiasts. However, it failed to satisfy either group. One of the primary reasons for its failure was its limited practicality. The EXT's truck bed was small and shallow, making it more of a fashion statement than a functional workhorse. This severely restricted its utility compared to other pickups, which are valued for their cargo capacity and towing capabilities. Another major issue was its crazy price. With a starting price well above $50,000, the EXT was positioned as a high-end luxury vehicle, which did not translate into higher sales. The high cost coupled with the poor value for money compared to other luxury SUVs and trucks made it a tough sell. The EXT also struggled with fuel economy. Its V8 engine, while powerful, was a gas guzzler, further alienating potential buyers who were already wary of high fuel costs. Lastly, the EXT's design was polarizing. While some appreciated its unique look, many found it awkward and unappealing. Its styling, combined with its practical shortcomings, made it a niche product with limited appeal. Ultimately, the Cadillac Escalade EXT failed to deliver on its promise of combining luxury with utility, leading to its discontinuation in 2013. Number 10. Jeep Gladiator 2020. The Jeep Gladiator, launched in 2020, was marketed as an off-road ready truck that combined Jeep's ruggedness with the utility of a pickup. However, it faced a lukewarm reception due to several significant shortcomings that prevented it from fully appealing to either off-road enthusiasts or traditional truck buyers. One of the biggest issues with the Gladiator is its performance as a truck. While it looks the part, with aggressive styling and a removable roof and doors, the Gladiator doesn't deliver in key areas like towing capacity and payload. Compared to competitors in its class, the Gladiator lags behind in these metrics, limiting its appeal to those who rely on their trucks for heavy-duty work. It can tow up to 7,650 pounds, but similarly priced trucks like the Ford Ranger or Chevrolet Colorado easily outperform it in both towing and payload capacity. Additionally, the Gladiator's handling and ride quality are often criticized. While it shines off-road, thanks to Jeep's legendary 4x4 capabilities, on-road driving can be rough, noisy, and uncomfortable. This dual nature makes it less practical for daily driving, especially for buyers looking for a comfortable, multi-purpose vehicle. Fuel efficiency is another drawback. The Gladiator's large size and off-road focus contribute to poor gas mileage, making it less appealing to those mindful of fuel costs. Also, the price tag doesn't help. The Gladiator is often seen as overpriced for what it offers, with comparable trucks delivering better performance, comfort, and value for the money. This combination of high cost, poor everyday practicality, and underwhelming truck capabilities has hindered the Gladiator's success in a competitive market. Number 11. Ford Courier, 1972 to 1982. The Ford Courier, introduced in 1972, was Ford's attempt to enter the growing compact pickup market. It was a rebadged version of the Mazda B-Series truck, developed in response to the rising demand for smaller, more fuel-efficient vehicles. While it seemed like a smart move, the Courier would end up being ridiculed with problems that ultimately led to its failure. One of the key issues was its lack of power. Equipped with a small 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine, the Courier struggled to offer the power and torque needed for typical truck duties. It couldn't compete with American-built trucks like the Ford F-Series or the Chevrolet CK, which offered more robust engine options for heavier work. The Courier was primarily built for light-duty tasks, which limited its appeal to traditional truck buyers looking for a versatile, hard-working vehicle. Additionally, its build quality left much to be desired. Many owners complained of rust issues and reliability problems, particularly with the transmission and suspension. These mechanical flaws, combined with the poor overall durability, significantly hurt the truck's reputation. The Ford Courier simply couldn't live up to the standards expected of a truck in terms of strength and longevity. Another factor in its failure was timing. The Ford Courier came out during a time when American consumers were still more inclined towards larger vehicles, and though it did see some popularity during the oil crisis, it couldn't sustain long-term success. By 1982, Ford discontinued the Courier, replacing it with the Ford Ranger, which was built domestically and corrected many of the issues that had plagued the Courier. Overall, the Courier's weak performance, reliability problems, and lack of appeal to traditional truck buyers eventually led to its downfall. Number 12. Chevrolet LUV, 1972 to 1980. The Chevrolet LUV light utility vehicle was introduced in 1972 as a response to the growing demand for smaller, more fuel-efficient pickup trucks. General Motors partnered with Isuzu, rebadging the Japanese-built truck as the Chevrolet LUV for the U.S. market. It was marketed as a compact alternative to full-size trucks and aimed at consumers who wanted a lighter, more affordable option. At first glance, the LUV had potential to be very successful. It offered decent fuel economy for the time, which was crucial during the 1970s oil crisis. However, the truck failed for several reasons. First, its 1.8-liter four-cylinder engine was seriously underpowered. producing only around 75 horsepower, which made it struggle even with light loads. While this might have been acceptable for casual drivers, most people seeking real utility found it woefully inadequate. The LUV also faced quality control issues. It was prone to rust, particularly in the body panels and frame, which compromised its longevity. Over time, these durability problems became a significant concern, with owners reporting frequent breakdowns and costly repairs. Also, it competed poorly with other trucks on the market. By the early 1980s, American manufacturers like Ford and Dodge introduced more reliable compact trucks, and Japanese brands like Toyota and Nissan were offering better engineering options. The Chevrolet SUV quickly fell behind due to its lack of refinement and weak engine. Ultimately, the Chevrolet LUV's underwhelming power, poor build quality, and stiff competition led to its demise. Production ended in 1982, and GM shifted focus to the Chevrolet S10, which offered better performance and reliability, making the LUV just another blip in pickup truck history. Number 13, Dodge Rampage, 1982 to 1984. The Dodge Rampage was Chrysler's attempt to enter the car-based pickup market, but it ultimately failed to make a lasting impact. Built on the Dodge Omni platform, it was essentially a front-wheel drive compact truck that shared many parts with Chrysler's economy cars. It featured a 2.2-liter four-cylinder engine with only 96 horsepower, which was significantly underpowered for a pickup, even in the compact segment. One of the key reasons for its failure was its lack of utility. While it was marketed as a truck, the Rampage's small size, limited payload capacity at just 1,145 pounds, and front-wheel drive setup made it unsuitable for heavy-duty tasks. Traditionally, truck buyers often looked for vehicles that could handle towing, hauling, and rugged terrain. But the Rampage simply couldn't compete with more robust offerings from Ford, Chevrolet, or Dodge's own lineup. Another issue was its odd car-like design. In an era when trucks were gaining popularity for their ruggedness, the Rampage's appearance didn't resonate with buyers who wanted something tough and durable. Its design was more reminiscent of a compact car with a bed slapped on the back, which didn't appeal to the truck market at the time. Finally, the timing of the Rampage's release played a role in its downfall. The early 1980s saw a surge in interest for larger, more capable trucks, and the Rampage felt out of place. It struggled to find a dedicated customer base, neither satisfying truck enthusiasts nor compact car buyers. Ultimately, the Dodge Rampage was a misfit in the market, as it was a pickup truck that lacked the strength, utility, and appeal needed to compete, leading to its short production run and eventual failure. Number 14, Subaru Brat, 1978 to 1987. The Subaru Brat, short for Bi-Drive Recreational All-Terrain Transporter, was an unusual and weird vehicle that tried to blend the practicality of a pickup truck with the compact nature of a small car. Initially marketed as a solution for light-duty tasks and off-road adventures, the Brat featured four-wheel drive and an open cargo bed, but it never found a large audience in the U.S. market. One reason the Brat struggled was its awkward design. It had small dimensions and rear-facing jump seats in the cargo bed, which were added specifically to bypass higher import tariffs on trucks. While this allowed Subaru to classify the Brat as a passenger car, the jump seats were not practical for safe or regular use, making the truck feel more like a novelty than a true utility vehicle. Additionally, the Brat was severely underpowered, with its early models offering a 1.6-liter engine that was far weaker than the competition. Its limited towing capacity and small cargo bed also made it impractical for those needing a real work truck. While it was better suited for niche buyers who wanted a fun off-road vehicle, that market was actually too small to sustain its sales. Reliability issues and rust problems also plagued the Brat, further tarnishing its reputation over time. Although it developed a cult following, the vehicle's odd design choices, limited utility, and lack of power contributed to its commercial failure in the U.S. market, cementing its place among the worst pickup trucks in American automotive history. Number 15, GMC Canyon, 2004 to 2012. The GMC Canyon was introduced as a compact pickup meant to replace the Sonoma and compete with rivals like the Ford Ranger and Toyota Tacoma. However, despite some initial promise, the Canyon quickly gained a reputation for poor performance, reliability issues, and lackluster sales, making it one of the least successful trucks in GMC's lineup. One of the biggest criticisms of the Canyon was its underpowered engines. The base 2.8-liter four-cylinder engine produced just 175 horsepower, which was weak compared to competitors. Even the larger 3.5-liter five-cylinder engine, while unique for its time, only delivered 220 horsepower, which was still underwhelming for a pickup. This lack of power significantly lowered the truck's towing capacity, making it less practical for buyers who needed a workhorse vehicle. Additionally, the Canyon suffered from major reliability problems. Many owners reported issues with the transmission, electrical systems, and air conditioning. The truck frequently ranked poorly in reliability studies and was subject to several recalls, including one for potential engine failure. The interior quality also left much to be desired. Critics pointed out the use of cheap materials, uncomfortable seats, and an overall lack of refinement. For a truck that was supposed to appeal to both urban and rural buyers, it failed to deliver a comfortable and durable cabin experience. In the end, in a market dominated by more reliable and powerful trucks, the GMC Canyon couldn't hold its own. Its poor performance, reliable woes, and uninspiring design ultimately caused it to flop, leading to its discontinuation in 2012 before being reintroduced in 2015 with significant improvements. Number 16. Ford Ranger, 1998 to 2000. The Ford Ranger, despite initially being a popular compact pickup, eventually earned a reputation for reliability issues that contributed to its decline. Ford introduced the Ranger in the early 1980s as a fuel-efficient alternative to full-size trucks. It appealed to buyers who needed a smaller, more economical truck for light-duty work or commuting. However, the late 1990s and early 2000 models, particularly those made between 1998 and 2000, had significant problems that hurt the Ranger's reputation. One of the biggest complaints was its engine reliability. The 3.0-liter and 4.0-liter V6 engines, which were common in this model, were prone to timing chain failures and oil leaks. These issues led to expensive repairs, frustrating owners who expected more durability from a Ford truck. Additionally, many owners reported transmission problems, especially with the automatic transmission, which often failed prematurely. The truck's suspension was also criticized for being too stiff, leading to a rough and uncomfortable ride compared to its competitors. Beyond mechanical problems, the Ranger lagged behind in safety. It received poor safety ratings, especially in crash tests, which hurt its appeal as families increasingly considered safety features a priority. Meanwhile, competitors like the Toyota Tacoma and Nissan Frontier offered more modern features, better reliability, and superior safety scores. All of these would eventually lead to Ford discontinuing the Ranger in the US in 2011, only to bring it back in 2019 after a lengthy absence. Number 17. Chevrolet Silverado SS, 2003 to 2006. The Chevrolet Silverado SS, produced from 2003 to 2006, was marketed as a high-performance version of the Silverado. However, it fell short of expectations, giving it enough reason to join our list as one of the worst pickups in U.S. history. The Silverado SS was designed to compete with other performance-oriented trucks by boasting a 6.0-liter V8 engine and a sporty appearance package. While it did produce 345 horsepower and 380 pound-feet of torque, it struggled with significant issues. Its performance fell short of the hype, primarily due to its heavy weight and less than adequate handling characteristics. This made it less agile than its rivals and unable to deliver the promised exciting driving experience. Another critical flaw was its suspension setup, which was tuned for appearance rather than functionality. The ride was rough and the handling was compromised, making it less enjoyable and less practical as a daily driver. Additionally, the Silverado SS suffered from poor fuel economy, averaging around 14 to 15 miles per gallon, which was unimpressive even for a performance truck of that era. Furthermore, the Silverado SS was criticized for its high price tag, which did not offer enough value in terms of performance compared to other options available at the time. The combination of a high cost, underwhelming performance, and lack of practicality led to disappointing sales and to customer dissatisfaction. To summarize all of these, the Chevrolet Silverado SS failed due to its lack of true performance credentials, poor handling, and high cost. Number 18. Dodge D50, 1979 to 1993. The Dodge D50, produced from 1979 to 1993, is often remembered as one of the lesser successful pickups in U.S. history. Rebadged from Mitsubishi's Mighty Max, the D50 was introduced to fill a niche for compact trucks. However, it struggled to make an impact due to several key issues. Firstly, the D50's powertrain was underwhelming. With its small engine options, including a 2.0-liter four-cylinder, it lacked the power needed to handle demanding tasks, making it less appealing to traditional truck buyers who valued strength and durability. This underperformance was compounded by its limited payload capacity and towing capability, which were often deemed inadequate for more robust work applications. Additionally, the D50 faced reliability problems. Many owners reported issues with engine performance and transmission durability. The truck's build quality did not always meet the standards expected by American consumers, contributing to a reputation for frequent mechanical failures. This lack of reliability diminished its appeal in a market where dependability is crucial. The design of the D50 also played a role in its failure. It featured a very basic look that failed to capture the consumer's imagination or differentiate it from competitors. Its compact size and car-like handling were often seen as drawbacks in a market dominated by full-sized, rugged trucks that were better suited for heavy-duty use. Number 19. Chevrolet CK, 1973 to 1987. The Chevrolet CK series, produced from 1973 to 1987, is remembered as one of the most iconic American pickup truck lines. However, certain models within this extensive range earned a notorious reputation for being some of the worst pickups in U.S. history due to various issues. One major problem was rust. Many CK trucks suffered from severe rust issues, particularly around the wheel wells, cab corners, and undercarriage. This problem was further worsened by a lack of effective rust-proofing measures during the era, which led to structural weaknesses and deteriorated the truck's longevity. Another significant issue was mechanical reliability. Trucks from the 1970s and early 1980s, in particular, faced frequent transmission and axle problems. These issues stemmed from outdated technology and design flaws that could not handle the increased power and payloads being demanded of these trucks. Additionally, the design of some CK models was criticized for being too simplistic and basic, lacking the refinements and comfort features that were becoming standard in competing models. This lack of innovation in design and technology made them less appealing compared to newer, more advanced trucks. Despite these flaws, the CK series did have its strengths, such as strong towing capacity and durability, but the widespread issues with rust and reliability negatively affected its reputation. Number 20. Pontiac Aztek Adventure Concept, 2000. While the Pontiac Aztek Adventure Concept was a truly unique vehicle, its uniqueness was more of a liability than an asset. This bizarre crossover, which was based on the Pontiac Aztek, was a bold experiment that failed to capture the hearts and minds of consumers. One of the biggest reasons for the Aztek Adventure concept's failure was its unconventional design. The vehicle's boxy shape, combined with its odd proportions and weird design features, made it a polarizing figure. While some people found it to be quirky and fun, many others simply found it unattractive and off-putting. Another major issue was the Aztek Adventure concept's lack of clear identity. It was marketed as an adventure vehicle, but it lacked the ruggedness and off-road capabilities that would have been expected of such a vehicle. Its all-wheel drive system was also more of a novelty than a practical feature, and its ground clearance was too low for serious off-roading. Additionally, the Aztek Adventure's concept interior was cramped and uninviting. Its seats were uncomfortable, and its cargo space was limited. This made it a less than ideal choice for families or those who needed a practical and versatile vehicle. Finally, the Aztek Adventure concept's association with the Pontiac Aztek itself was a major obstacle. The Aztek had already developed a reputation for being a strange and unpopular vehicle, and the adventure concept did little to improve that image. While it may be remembered as a curious footnote in automotive history, the Aztek Adventure concept serves as a cautionary tale about the importance of designing vehicles that meet the needs and expectations of consumers. And there you have it, our list of the 20 worst pickup trucks in U.S. history. Each of these vehicles represents a unique lesson in car design and consumer expectations, showcasing even how the biggest names in the industry can falter. Whether it's through design missteps, mechanical failures, or a failure to meet market demands, these trucks have left a lasting impression for all the wrong reasons. While they may not have succeeded, they offer valuable insights into what makes a pickup truck truly great. Thanks for joining on this ride through the roughest roads in truck history. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for more automotive content and insights. We'll see you in the next video.